Hey folks, welcome back. Look at this 1996 Chevrolet Tahoe in here. We got some crazy wipers here at times. You can see where they kind of stopped. They always come on when you want to do them, but sometimes they might stop up here. I've even had them stop like almost down here, and then about 10-20 minutes later on, all of a sudden, if you don't use them at all of a sudden they just go right back down in their parked position. You know, one of the things, like, you go to turn this on to like, you know, the intermittent, they seem to do what they're supposed to most of the time. They're not doing anything now. Now it's just on. You know, the high works, they go fast. And right now they're just going to stay on. They're supposed to be off, you know, and they'll just kind of go here, and they're probably going to stop somewhere in a position there. I have no, yeah, there you go. There's one position here for mist. You know, it's just a one-time momentary switch like that. It's supposed to just do the wipers one time, but you can see they just keep going until eventually they decide to stop in whatever direction. There we go. Like that. And like I said, sometimes it's even up here, and either they'll just stay like that, or eventually they might go back down to their park position or something like that. Anyways, kind of crazy, but I've replaced a lot of these multi-function switches here and stuff in these things, but I'd like to actually do some troubleshooting to figure out, you know, if this is what is actually the problem. Because it seems like you know, this thing is working and doing its job. The only thing that isn't working on this multi-function switch here is the washer fluid motor's not coming on to pump. The pump or whatever is not coming on. And so we're going to do some troubleshooting on that. And then also, you know, we're just going to look at a wire schematic and try to figure out, you know, how does the system exactly work? Because most of the time, like I said, I've replaced these things basically when one type of function or whatever goes out, whether it's turn signal or four ways or wipers, cruise control, something like that, because it does all that stuff. But I never actually did much troubleshooting on wipers and stuff like that. Usually that's just in this switch or something like that. But this, you know, like I said, every time they're pretty consistent to work. Now, you know, now they went in their park position that time. Well, they could go a little bit lower, but yeah, let's get a wiring schematic and have a look, see at how this system works, and we'll keep on going. Okay, so this is pretty simple. We've got a fuse. We know that it works, or that's good, because it's, you know, they do work. That brings power into the multifunction, I guess, your wiper switch there on the steering column. And the other gun goes into this windshield wiper motor module, which is this guy right here integrated in with the motor. So we've got looks like 5 wires. We've got red, purple, brown, black, and yellow. Okay, well, there's the yellow. Power going in all the time. It's either in run or accessory position. Power going in there. We got the brown going into the module. We got this purple one right here. So what this is doing, and however it does what it does, I don't know. We got the motor here. So let's just say we're gonna, you know, choose the wash. So wiper wash, you know, when you select that switch, that's gonna send power into here, and then when this thing does what it needs to do, it sends it out over here to the windshield washer pump right there, which has its own, what's got a ground here, and then this module's grounded here. It tells you behind the dash right here, left radiator support. So anyways, that's what that does. So then also you've got different selections here. So we've got off, and then you got that momentary mist, so that sends power out not exactly sure how that, so if we put it in mist, it goes here. I'm gonna have to look at that a little closely. Okay, all right, so this is just kind of integrated into the switch somehow or another. You got the different resistances for your intermittent wipers here. So basically right here, so you got the two function of this, you know, of like say mist right here. You got this function and this function right here. So we've got the power, you know, comes in here, and right now it's in the off position. And so if we momentarily go to mist, that's going to send power out this purple right here, and that's going to go into this solid state right here. And that's the function I think I'm going to start with. Well, I'm going to start with the motor first and see what's going on there, but I'm going to start with this mist because that's kind of the one that obviously is not doing its, you know, when you choose mist, it's supposed to just go on one time and right back to park. And then that's why it's called mist, you know. The rest of these, you know, they're not totally functioning like they're supposed to, but like your high and low does. That seems like it, you know, that's just on all the time. That seems like it works great. So we're not going to be able to do anything with that. So we're going to try this. But like I said, this when you go to mist or whatever, it sends it out here, you know, back into here, right straight into the motor. And, you know, this is kind of some sort of a, you know, telling this thing what to do, and this thing internally goes and does what it's supposed to do. You know, this is basically just a switch. Like there's no logic or anything like that in here. You know, but when you choose these different things, that's what you're telling this based on two things. You know, you've got the function of actually coming out here into the motor, and then you've got, you know, which is probably 12 volt power. This is probably different because like, oh, I see. Okay. So if you go over here to mist, that's going to go and it's going to, you know, be non-resistant. So it's going to basically, it's going to send the power through here like this, and probably circle back around here and go out that one, and then like this somehow or another. Let's go to, you know, high or low. That's gonna go out that same one. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure exactly how that works, but we're going to start with the other function. Like I said, the mist function first, or the first we'll do the pump motor and see what that we got going on there, and then we'll do the mist and see what's, you know, because we want to identify whether it's this or the motor. I assume it's probably this windshield wiper motor right here, you know, because this thing is doing its job. It's this guy right here or something or other that's just not stopping when it's supposed to, and that's pretty sure that's probably what's going on here. So anyways, yeah, we'll get started with that and we'll keep on going. Okay, with the wash, so obviously when you select, you know, when you push the little tab to wash, that's going to send the 12 volts into here, turn on your pump motor. But what you're also doing is it's coming back in here and it's going through one of these resistor, you know, settings or whatever like this, because the wipers are supposed to stay on all the time you're holding the button down, and then when you release it, the water quits, but the wipers still continue to go for a while. That's pretty much, that's how it's supposed to work. So I think what we're going to do first is we're just going to go right straight to find the motor, or we could come right out. We'll probably come right out, since this motor, I don't exactly know where it's at. The tank is right there behind the headlight. But we'll probably just go right here, and we'll just back probe into this red wire right here, and then we'll just select that and see if we got any power coming out of here, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we back probed into the red wire there. Then we got a test light here, it's just a license plate light. And then I got it, you know, grounded right here, thermostat housing or whatever. So that's this wire here going right straight to the pump. And then when we push the deal forward to do the wash, you can see the test light, nothing goes on. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to back probe this brown wire coming out of here, and that one should light the test light going into this module, provided this multi-function switch on the steering column is working. So we're going to find the brown wire and we're going to back probe into that. Alright, so we're probed into the brown wire there. Back over here, we're going to hit the wash button. See, the wipers are now not parked again. Now watch the test light. Okay, off. Push it again. Okay. The one thing I did notice while I was tugging on these wires here, watch this. Oh, you're gonna make a liar out of me? It could have been just a coincidence that I moved these wires and the wipers went down in their park position. Yeah, it could have just been a coincidence. What I was doing is I went like this to pull this this down a little bit so I can get to a cleaner part of the wire to look at it. And when I did that, the wipers moved, but it could have just been a coincidence. Like I said, sometimes you'd be just driving down the road and you'd have the wipers in this position like this, or even a little bit lower, and they'll just move, go right back into their park position. But yeah, I don't think that's I thought maybe we were having a bad connection, but that doesn't appear to be the case. We do need to unplug this and, you know, and look at it. I haven't done that. You know, you just basically get this tab pulled out of here like that, and then lift up on this, undo this. I mean, this looks really good. So anyways, nothing changed there. So pretty sure we've got a bad module now, because we've got our input from the wash and the no output. So that tells you right there, you know, and the ground is good because the wipers are working and all that stuff. It shares the ground, you know, for doing all those functions right there. You know, besides this ground, this is different because this is over here. But this ground right here, it shares the ground, so it's the motor ground and all that stuff. We know it's working because the wipers do work. So anyways, that's there's not really, I mean, we can do some other, we can go here to this purple wire and yeah, let's do that. Let's back probe into this purple wire here, and what we should see, like when you hit the mist, is we should see the this light up, test light light up, and then you know, when you release the mist, the test light should go off. And same thing with any of these other positions. We'll give that a try and see what happens. We'll also maybe even try some of those functions while going in, you know, because this does some other different stuff. So yeah, let's back probe this purple. Let's see what happens there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go through the theory of operation part, try to figure out, because there's no power, and maybe there's not gonna be with these resistors and all that stuff enough to make the light work. you know, it's probably just enough to turn this on, do what it's supposed to do. Yeah, so I'm not exactly 100% sure how that really works, unless I'm not getting a good connection back probing, but I'm pretty consistent that I'm able to push down on this purple wire right here. See the wipers just parked. That was hitting the mist. Okay, so now they're straight up and down. All right, I'm gonna push down on the, try to get all of this in one shot. I'm gonna push down on that purple wire yet again. There we go. So I think we got a bad connection here. Even though it looks good, we're gonna examine this plug. We can undo it and we can get it off of this little tab right here. We can bring it out over here and actually look at it. You know, I bet you if I was able to hold and push this down like that, the functions would probably all work like they're supposed to. I don't know about the wash yet. We'll see, but anyways, and it could be, may not be the purple wire, maybe it is this ground wire, I don't know, but we're gonna have a look-see at it and see what we can go, see what we can get figured out, because it's got some kind of a connection issue that's causing, see, they're supposed to be stopping right now. Maybe I can push this down. Yeah, that could work. They went right in their park position, so let's try that again. Yeah, I don't know if I did that or not. Well, let's get this thing unplugged. I'm going to fiddle with this a little bit more. Okay, so now the wipers, you know, are back to, you know, they're parking wherever the hell they want. I'm not going to get it right in the shot there, but I'm going to go in, reach in here with my finger right across there, and I'm going to push down on that purple wire like we were doing, kind of move the thing. These wipers should go in their park position. Or I guess first, before I do that, obviously we go, there's the mist function, and they just keep going. So if I go in here, push down on the purple wire, they go in their park position. Now let's do the mist function. That's how it's supposed to work. Over here to washer. Washer's working. Wipers stay on for a little while. Sometimes they do one extra, depending on how long you use it or something, like they might just do it again, but, and then let a little pressure off of it. Well, it's working at the moment, but if I straighten that wire out, well, we're still working. Anyways, fiddling around with this enough that eventually we'll figure out exactly what's going on with it, but we know it's a connection issue there. And now we're back to not working. Well, working but not working. It's definitely the purple wire. So anyways, we'll fiddle with this a little bit longer, come to our conclusion here. Yeah, so we're gonna have to get a new connector. What I did is I kind of just wrapped and twisted this around, you know, and here's hitting the mist. So working, let's do it again. Now we hit the wash. There, like it's supposed to. Lays on for a little while. There we go. We're going to go through the theory of operation if you want to continue watching, and try to see if we can figure out, you know, why or what, you know, is happening there. But looks to me like I don't think these pins are replaceable in that particular plug, or at least I don't know how to do it. I'll probably just get a new plug. new connector or whatever, call it good. We'll just, you know, snap it off and connect a new connector into that there, and it should be good. But, you know, I mean, thing is, without doing troubleshooting like that, you could replace the multifunction switch. That wouldn't have fixed the problem. And you could replace the module here. That wouldn't have fixed the problem. The only thing you possibly could do to think you fixed the problem, and this could happen to anybody, me too, I'm like, is you could move the wires enough. And so you try to do some troubleshooting without moving wires and stuff like that, because I had no idea that that's what we're going to run into. So anyways, yeah, if you want to keep watching, we'll maybe try to explain why this is the way it is. All right, so this is kind of a little bit of a brief, you know, it says, you know, the system uses a permanent magnet 2-speed positive park wiper motor with pulse delay feature motor. You know, this is all talking about that. This is a system right here. So pulse system has high and low speeds and a delay function that causes the wipers to sweep once with a delay interval between sweeps. Variable resistor in the wiper switch adjusts the amount of current to a delay module attached to the wiper motor, and delay module controls the wiper motor. So I'm pretty sure that there's the signal based on the resistors and all that is coming out. So test light wouldn't work on this. I'm pretty sure you're going to need like a voltmeter or something, or a oscilloscope, or I don't know. But without having that in there properly, it's probably just doesn't know what to do. Controlling the wipers and now having a good connection with this purple wire restored everything working. Like here's a test, you know, as an example, no delay in pulse or whatever. I mean, we kind of didn't really, it just kind of wanted to could do whatever it wants. But, you know, you disconnect the wiper switch connector. We showed that one, you know, place the wiper switch in low position and connect an ohm meter between the brown and yellow terminals with connector. If the resistance is, you know, not about 680 ohms, replace the wiper switch. So there is some ohm checks and stuff like that. So if the resistance is about 680 ohms, move the wiper switch through the delay range to maximum delay position. If the ohm meter readings do not increase in steps of about 450 kilo ohms, replace the wiper switch. If the ohm meter readings increase in steps increase in steps to about, not increase 400, you know, it's in steps, but your highest is 450 k ohms. Check for open in brown and yellow wire between the wiper switch motor and see if this wire's okay, replace the wiper switch. So that doesn't have anything to do with the purple wire. So let's go back over here. I'd like to just get, you know, where it tells you what each wire kind of does, but I'm not sure we're going to find that. Well, we did do this right. Disconnect the washer pump connector here. If this is washer inoperative, turn the ignition switch to the AC position or on, and the wiper switch to the WASP position. Connect a test light between ground and the red wire of the washer pump connector. And so you know, here it's, just go ahead and read that. This third one, you know, kind of interesting, but, you know, connect a test light between the ground and the brown wire terminal of the wiper motor connector. If test light comes on, replace the wiper motor. So, I mean, if you have a, I mean, that's possible to have a washer inoperable. We technically did have a washer inoperable, you know, because of this. It just wasn't getting a good connection. But, you know, you could have something bad in your wiper motor, which is the reason, and you have to replace your wiper motor because it's all same. The module, the motor and this module are all built together. So yeah, you could have a problem with your wiper motor that's causing your washer pump not to work. Interesting. Anyways, that's all the information I could find on here as far as that goes. I'm sure there's probably a lot more out there. But anyways, we found the problem. We'd just like to know kind of why this did what it did, but you know, we just got to replace the connector right here. That's what I'm going to do, is replace that connector, and we should be good to go. So hopefully that helped you out some, and you know, this car will be for sale if anybody's interested. Currently just has almost 89,000 miles on it, so it's a pretty good truck. Anyways, thanks for watching.